Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. It was a pretty big week for me. I got 6 new comics. And I also got the free comic shop news. I believe that's what in the Overstreet Guide they used to call a headlights cover. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. This will tell me all about the latest comic shop news. The comic shop news this week was I was talking to my comic shop owner, and Spider-Man 800 was very good to him. He ended up ordering 2,000 copies of Spider-Man 800. And he'll probably only sell 100 copies of it in the store because it's a small comic shop. But he pre-sold a lot of the variants. So that's what he does, like the 1 in 25s and the 1 in 50s. You either online or with customers. I think it went that there are certain like the 1 in 500s. The comic shop owner actually has to order 500 copies of Spider-Man 800 in order to get this one cover. So I think he sold 2 of those online, pre-sold, which brought him to like 1,000 copies. So he had to order 1,000 copies of Spider-Man 800 to sell those 2, which I guess made up for the other copies of Spider-Man 800. And then he sold some of the 1 in 25s but he was telling me the whole story. It's like, whoa, that's a lot of selling of Spider-Man 800. He's gonna have a lot of extra copies sitting around for a while. But like I said, he sells them online, and it was weird too. He thought he was ordering 2,000 copies of Spider-Man 800, but he ended up 70 copies short and didn't know it, because the blank covers that you can get sketches done on, they don't count. How strange! If you're a comic shop owner and you buy the blank sketch covers of Spider-Man 800, they don't count towards your total of Spider-Man 800 you've bought. How strange is that? But anyway, that's my little story from the comic shop this week. Let's go see what we got. We'll start with another Cerebus #1, the Undateable Cerebus, with an homage, a ripoff, a whatever cover to that. What issue of Uncanny X-Men is that? 141. With Wolverine. Who is it? Wolverine, Kitty Pryde in front of the poster. Man, I haven't seen the actual cover in so long. I've just seen homages to it. But Undateable Cerebus. Every last Wednesday of every month is a new issue, a new #1 out with a parody cover and our comic strips inside. And I think this one, every week or every month, Dave Sim gives us an update on the least selling Cerebus #1 ever, which I think this sold like 2,700 copies. He said, which they thought it leveled out at 3,000, but it didn't. I think the one that sold the most recently was that Spider-Man 300 cover. So he's got to homage some more well-known covers to get those sales up there. But I enjoyed it. If you enjoyed a nice comic strip with Cerebus in it, check it out. And next we have the latest issue of Savage Dragon, #234, and what's her name? Rapture or something like that is her name. And this is that's not Dragon right there. That's alternate universe. Dragon. These are the women from Dragon's World who got sucked into basically this negative zone like place, and they've been chased around by this woman. I think her name is Rapture, who's been killing everyone who shows up there. But good story. There's been a couple parallel stories going. The Blood of Dragon. There's Malcolm Dragon, the actual star of the book. Yeah, that was him. Oh, we have to figure out what happened. There's a... we can't show too much of that because there's nudity in Savage Dragon sometimes, so you got to be ready for that. But on the back, Chris Giarrusso cover. This looked like it was one done in marker, too, not computer colored. Chris Giarrusso after Eric Larson. That's because usually there's a backup story, and look, there's a... the backup story is Chris Giarrusso's webcomic. He's been doing G-Man as a webcomic, I guess Eric's printing some of them. There's some more Chris Giarrusso Savage Dragon covers in the back. So if you're a Chris Giarrusso fan, check out Savage Dragon. And if you're a Savage Dragon fan, check out Savage Dragon. And next we have David Lapham, Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses, number 35. Is that E.T. about to be stabbed by a knife with a woman in a tinfoil hat? I have no idea what's going on in this cover. Last issue was our return to Baltimore. Well, I guess the two characters actually ended up there. It's not their return, but it's us as readers returning to Baltimore, because I'm not sure if the two characters were ever in Baltimore. Stray Bullets is good every month after month, year after year. David Lapham keeps this crazy plot going. Oh, Annie, that's her name. That's Beth's mother. We've switched. Our lead character, the lead character in the story, has been switched from Beth to Annie, Beth's mother, in this part of the story. I cannot explain how crazy Stray Bullets plot can be. How it can go all over the place from here to there, yet still make perfect sense. And each issue can be a done in one, but still tied in. It's just so well done. I mean, if you've never checked out Stray Bullets, just grab it and read it. And speaking of each issue being a done in one, but continued, here comes Hillbilly by Eric Powell. Issue 10, right? Issue 9 came out just a month ago after a big hiatus. And it started us kind of on a big story. Yeah, there's talking animals in this. There's magical witches. There's the Devil's Meat Cleaver. This is like this is like Appalachian tall tales all come to life. And Hillbilly here just found out he's supposed to be going on a quest, and one of his buddies is going to help him on the quest. But he's kind of just been wandering the woods for the 9 issues. Each story is a little done in one, but the themes continue from issue to issue, so you can pick up, be swift and murderous. So you can pick up any issue of Hillbilly you want and be right in the story. Really well. Eric Powell is just another one of these guys who's a masterful storyteller. So grab yourself some Hillbilly. And here we go with Kill or Be Killed, issue number 19. Only one issue left after this. Boy, they're actually wrapping this up, and then it becomes a TV show. Our hero, anti-hero, I don't know what to call him here. He's made it out of the crazy house. He's back trying to figure out what went on when his someone copycatted his vigilante. And this police officer from, where's she from? Somewhere on the other side of the Hudson from me. All of a sudden I forget the town name. New Rochelle or something. She figured stuff out. And she thinks he's the original killer. Now she's kind of on his trail. We're going to have to figure out what, like I said, this is one we expected to go on for 50 issues, and it's going to wrap up at 20. So that's a little strange, but I'll take it. Because I enjoy all the Brubaker and Phillips stuff. So I'll read this one and see what happens next. Here we go with Saga, issue number 52, is this? Where's the heck's the issue number? Oh, 52. It's fading away there. See, last issue of Saga, I think someone died, someone escaped, there was stuff going on. I can't keep track. Saga is one of the... Oh, jeez. There's a bizarre image. Saga is one of those... I enjoy Saga every month, but it's not one of the books I think about. It just kind of is. To me, Saga is and always has been a sort of... I'd give it a solid B grade. And it's always been a B grade, solid B to me, and it hasn't gone up. I've heard other people, a lot of other people, I think Ghost Critic has been disappointed with it a little lately. But not that he thinks it's terrible, but to him it was a great book that has gone downhill. To me, it's been an okay book this whole time. It was never great. I never thought it was great, but I like it. It's good. I've been with it for 52 issues, so I must think it's good, but I forget about it. It's just one of those... It's one of these books that I experience but doesn't stick with me. but it's a good one, so check it out. And here we go with Lazarus issue number 28. This is the second part to our two-part story with Jonas Carlyle, is that his name here? Who Lazarus was supposed to kill but didn't. It's her brother. She just kind of dumped him in the ocean, and he somehow she dumped him in the ocean in a survival suit. So it's not that he somehow survived. He had a survival suit on, but he still barely survived. Made his way up to, eventually was rescued by a fishing boat that was up in, I don't even know, Sweden, Norway, someplace up there. Was that the North Sea? And he kind of made a life for himself, but the war that's been going on has kind of made it to his place, and I think that's his kid even. So he's been up there for 4 years, or so, 2 or 4 years. So the war has finally come to his village, and he's going to have to put up or shut up. And we'll see what happens with this issue, if he puts up or shuts up. And this is the last issue of regular 32-page Lazarus. Next issue, it changes format to something else. I don't know what. Won't be out until September, and I think it's supposed to be a 64-page square-bound format. I'm not even sure. That comes out quarterly or something. We'll have to see how that goes, because I've been enjoying Lazarus, but I'm not a fan of the 64-page square-bound format. If that's the case, I may as well wait for the trade, which means I'll probably never buy the trade, but that's a whole other story. But Lazarus issue 28, I'll enjoy this one for now. Now we'll show you some of our background art. I was working on some pop art Batman drawings. So this is one of them that's comic book size, but it's on a piece of Bristol board. That one is ink and marker. So that's a red ink and Copic markers. And then I decided to do one as a sketch cover. So I took my copy of, this is, here, I'll open it up for you. This is Detective Comics 802 that I made into my own sketch cover. So I attached, there's the original Detective Comics 802, which I bought years and years ago because David Lapham wrote it, but I never liked him much. But they're still on my shelf. I said I can make that into its own sketch cover. So that's so I did the logo, and the trade kind of made it my own because I needed it smaller to go in between his ears, and made my own pop art Batman sketch cover. And then this is one of my own drawings that I made in that same style, with the blue ink in bright colors. But it's kind of fun to make my own sketch covers because, you know, Spider-Man 800 sketch covers are $8 a pop, so may as well make my own. Okay, well, you guys all have a good week out there.